Right. Oops, let's remove that bit. Okay, hi, welcome back. Okay, we're going to start again. Okay, so I'm going to continue Lovety's reading here. So let's go with that one first. Lovety Green. Okay, so I'm going to continue with this about Ricky feeling. So we got the Tower, the Empress, the Three of Wands, and of course Temperance. So we're talking about things being unexpected, things a bit wobbly, a bit shaky. Hi, Rashima. So we're thinking about things a bit wobbly, a bit shaky. And it's really important that you take care of yourself, Lovety. It's really important that you take care of your own needs right now, which seems really important, and to focus on what you want out of life. What's your goals and your dreams? It's allowing yourself to be in moderation, not be too excessive in your emotions and or your actions, and allowing yourself to sort of be a little bit more a little bit calm, a little bit relaxed, and don't get yourself too wound up about what's actually going on. Okay, so we did get with the Oracle of Visions, we did get card number 7. So we were talking about limitations, talking about the sense of allowing yourself to persevere, to sort of keep going. A lot of it, I feel, is very much about your own direction, your own thoughts and possibility and what's going on. So let's have a look and see what the card actually said. So it said infinity, no limits, perseverance. Difficult things take a long time, impossible things take a little longer. That's by Andre A. Jackson. The abstract concept of infinity is given a visual reference here. This card represents limitless possibilities that infinity embraces. A monkey would, by random keystrokes, eventually put them into the precise order required to replicate the entire works of Shakespeare. This intriguing theory is effective despite its overwhelming odds, because it defines infinity in terms other than abstract improbability. It provides enough essence of possibility that it can be quantified and grasped, even if only in the realms of our imagination. But then we are free to imagine so many other improbable scenarios. It is appealing to consider that any personal goals or ambitions, no matter how fanciful, can, by the same criteria as our Shakespearean analogy, ultimately be achieved. The only limitation to their fulfillment is a matter of time and effort. For me, it speaks very much about your taking care of yourself, nurturing you. Okay, so that's really important here. So being able to sort of take care of yourself, know that things are a little bit wobbly and a bit shaky. Things are not quite what you expect in regards to the relationship coming into fruition. I feel like things are not quite what they're expected. It does feel like there's a need for you to rebuild your own life, rebuild what's going on. It does feel like how does Ricky feel about you? It just feels very wobbly. It feels very shaky. It's not what you expect at all. I do get a sense of just disappointment. I just don't feel I feel it's going to give you an understanding if you can just take a moment to take care of your own needs and pause for a moment to reflect on your own goals and your own dreams and where you actually want to be. And again, you get that sense of not being too excessive in the way you react to situations. So if you can just stay calm, I do feel as though everything's going to be moving in the right direction. You're going to have unlimited possibilities. You give yourself unlimited possibilities. You do give yourself the potential to move forward, to create your own journey in that way. So that's really important. So that's something for you to really think about in regards to how does Ricky actually feel about you. I just don't think it's moving in the direction that you want it to. I do feel like it's shaking up your world. I think there's a lot of doubt. There's a lot of sense of knowing, if you like. I think you know how he really feels, but you'd like it to be different. So that's why it's really important that you take care of yourself. Okay, that's it there. Right, Rashima, sunflower. Oh, that's a good question. Remember, not questions that are answer yes and no. You want questions that are going to give you a little bit more information. So think about your question as being how, what, or why. See the questions down below in the description box to give you an idea of the best type of questions to answer. Okay, so let's have a look here. How can I be a beautiful, abundant woman? Oh, I love that question. That is such a good question. Right. Let me just get rid of this deck because if I don't do this now. So in this case, let me use the chakra. Where's So think about questions that are not yes and no. Think about questions that are how, what, and why. See questions down below to give you an idea of the best type of questions to ask tarot. So how can I become a better, beautiful, and abundant woman? With victory, harmony, and destiny. Okay, so how can you become a better, beautiful, and abundant? Oh! And the first card we look at is the Nine of Swords. So we're looking at your worry and stress. It's acknowledging and being able to let go of what worries and stresses you. So Rashima, it's very important that you look at it and acknowledge what frightens you, what gives you worry, what gives you the stress. Okay, if you can acknowledge that and then allow it to move through, and looking at what makes you happy. So you're looking at two sides here. Firstly, you're going to look at what worries and stresses you. Okay, and you're going to acknowledge that, and that's okay to acknowledge what worries and stresses you. And then you're going to look at what makes you happy. Okay, you're going to look at what makes you happy. What's going to give you that sense of contentment, that satisfaction, allowing yourself to be at pure bliss within yourself. Okay, so that's going to be really important for you to look at. First, you acknowledge what stresses and worries you. And so how you can move through that is by looking at what makes you happy and then focusing on that area as well. But acknowledging the worry and stress is also important. It just means that you can release and let it go. If you can acknowledge it and sit in it, sit in that stress, sit in that worry just for a minute and allow yourself to move through to what makes you happy. Okay, so that's an important process there. Thanks, Sunflower. Okay, so that's what it's really important here, is to be able to look at what gives you that sense of worry and stress, and then what makes you happy at all. Okay, so let's have a look at Sunflower. Okay, you've sent an email to the residency. So how will that promote me moving back to Weldon Hall? That's a good one. How will that promote me moving back to? Let's do the Waterfall Tarot. I've sent an email to the residency. How will that promote me moving back to Weldon Hall? How? Okay. First thing, you're going to need a lot of strength, okay, and a lot of courage. And you're going to need a lot of strength with this Weldon Wall. So I think you're going, Weldon Hall. So I think you're going to need a lot of inner strength with the situation. I think you really need to look at the facts of what's actually going on here. Okay, so I just feel like I do feel like you're going to need a lot of strength, a lot of courage to deal with what's going on. I think you really need to look at the facts of the situation. Look at the truth of what's actually happening here. So I don't know if you might have sent an email, but I don't know if you've crossed your... I don't think it's going to be what you expect here. I don't feel as though you're going to get the answer that you want. I do feel like you're going to need a lot of courage and a lot of strength to deal with it. Okay, so I do feel that there's a lot of... Okay, so that's really important for you. You really need to look at the facts of what's actually going on here, the truth of what's actually happening. And yeah, I do feel like there's some things that are not going to quite go the way that you expect them to. So you're going to need a lot of courage, a lot of strength, inner strength. You should have been positive in it. Yeah, it might just be the situation. It might be nothing to actually do with you. It might be to do with the actual unit. Maybe it's full. Maybe Weldon Hall's already full. Maybe there just isn't a place for you. That's why I said you need to look at the facts of what's of Weldon Hall. Okay. Whew, Sally, how can you improve your relationship? Sally, okay. It's not about you being... That's right. You've tried your best. Yeah. It's all right, Sunflower. No worries. Okay. Sally, this is interesting. I sort of want to look at this, and it's not that you're cursed. Okay. It's just that you haven't met the right person. Okay. It's like you haven't got boundaries. That's why different people are coming into your life, because you don't have boundaries in the type of relationship you want. So let's... Oops. Let me just grab this. It's not that you're cursed, Sally. It's just that you haven't found you haven't got boundaries in the type of people that you attract. So it's not that you're cursed. It's all about what can you do to find love? What can you do to find love? And that's interesting. first thing you need to do, Sally, okay, first thing you need to do is stand in your power. Take back that negative energy. Become more positive in your energy. It's very much about your taking back your own power, standing in your power, allowing yourself that to take back what you want out of life, to visualize what you truly want, to have that sense of equilibrium, to find that balance. Know that there are always consequences of any actions. It's not about cutting people out that feel like it's a waste of time and energy. It's not about that, because everybody that comes into your life is there for a reason. They're there to teach you a lesson. Okay? So it's all about, if you just take a minute, Sally, just take a breath. I want you just to take a breath, Sally. Just take a nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And you're going to stand in your own power. Okay? And you're going to find a sense of balance in your life. Okay? And look at the consequences of any actions that you've taken in the past. Acknowledge your past. Acknowledge your past. And then let it go. Because it tells me that there are some choices in relationships that you're going to have to do. There are relationships coming your way. There are lots of relationships, and you're going to make lots of choices. And there's definitely something. This flew out, so I just did all 3 cards. Okay, even though I normally do 2. But it's really important for you just to take a nice deep breath, okay? And it's very important that you radiate love. Okay, so what I want you to do, Sally, is just take a nice deep breath for a minute. Hi, Jaguar. I'm not doing a list today. I'm just randomly doing questions. Okay, Sally, just want you to take a nice deep breath. And we're just going to clear away any clutter in your life, away any chaos. And so that you feel calm and feel relaxed. Okay, so Sally, it's all about standing in your own power, being able to sort of take a moment to take a breath, okay, and look at your choices. What type of person do you want to bring into your life? Brilliant message, Jaguar. So, Sally, it's really, really important that you just take a nice deep breath and allow yourself to be calm and relax and stand in your own power. Yep. Cool. Now, you will have relationships, but it's all about the choices. So what you're going to do is visualize the type of person that you want in your life, the type of person. You want someone who respects you. You want someone so you need to ask the universe, I want someone who respects me. I want someone who listens to what I have to say as I listen to them. I want someone in my life who is outdoorsy, who is loves to sit at night and watch movies. I want someone who loves to listen to music. I want someone who loves to go for long walks. I want someone who is caring and kind, respectful, honest. Those are the sort of things you need to visualize in your mind and put out to the universe. And that's what you want to focus on. That's the type of person you want in your life. So if you can focus on that type of person, you can watch them. That's what the universe will bring you. But if you're unsure and a bit wavy, they're going to bring in different people. And they're not always going to be good. But it teaches you what you don't want. And look at what you do want. So it's time to focus on what you do want in your love life. Okay? It's just the universe teaching, sort of asking for you to create some boundaries. Okay, so let's have a look. What have I got? Old soul, I did a reading for you before. Okay. So these are people who haven't had a reading today. So how does that feel, Sally? Yes, speak it into existence. That's right, Sally. Perfect. Yes, there is someone coming towards you. Yep, definitely says there's a relationship. You got the Lover's card. Meme, you need to change your question. Meme, what do you do? What do you need to do to get love? What do you need to do to find? Why do you need to be married? Jaguar. You don't have to keep typing in your question. I saw it. Yep. Yeah, I know, Queen Bee, you haven't had a reading. I knew who had a reading. It's all right. I knew it wasn't you. You're right. I'm not going to talk about reunions or reconciliations. It's all about how to improve. Yeah, you want marry. Why do you want to marry? I think you need to look at your look at the questions down below in the description box. General message from Spirit, Jaguar. Now, did I do? Yeah, that's what I thought. Just checking something. Oh my god. Yeah, yeah, it's all right, Queen Bee. It was all right. It was those that are just in the readings that were just in the first part that my computer had a hissy fit. Right, message from Spirit. Let's go into message from Spirit. Let's go. Well, let's do the Santa Muerte. No, Silver Witchcraft. What am I doing? I'm just choosing random questions. There's no. If you want to guaranteed your reading, don't forget donations. If you want to guarantee a reading, donations, and from as little as $1, and you go in the draw for a free 30-minute Reiki session. So if you've typed your question in once, make sure you've read the description box down below so you know what type of questions I'm answering. Remember, the future's never set in stone. It's all about your choices and free will. General message from Spirit. Oh, you've got some choices to make. Trying to find a sense of inner peace within yourself. There's some real decisions to be made here. Find yourself at a bit of a crossroads. Unsure which direction to actually take at the moment. It's all about opportunities that are arising. Keep an eye out for opportunities that are coming your way. I think it's very important to sort of keep your eyes open, so to speak. Keep your eyes open, because it's about, I feel like there's work tasks to be completed, some things that need to be done, Jaguar. So it does feel as though it's about keeping your eyes open. Notice the signs, notice what you're showing, because I do feel like you've got opportunities coming your way. And so it's really important that you're able to sort of have the sense of finishing any tasks that need to be done. I think there's some things that need to be completed. Have a sense of closure in the situation here, Jaguar. So I really... Nope, I don't need you to repost your question. Just put your question in once is fine. Okay, so it's important. Yeah, so I do feel like Spirit is sort of saying, keep your eyes open. There's some things that are coming your way, some opportunities. So you're just going to, it's going to help you finish some tasks that need to be done and give you a sense of closure in some ways. So just keep your eyes open there. So what was your question? Yeah. It's really, how can you move forward? Yeah, it's how you can move forward from the situation, because there's no contact. Elsa, good question. What do I need to, what do I need to know about Fahad? Okay, what do you actually need to know? Okay, what do you need to know at this situation? Let's do the waterfall tarot. What do I need to know? What do you actually need to know about Fahad? Okay, so what do you need to actually know? What do you need to know? Oh, here we go. Whew, there's a lot of worry and a lot of stress going on. So maybe he's worried or he's stressed about something that's happening in his life. And he's trying to find, it's interesting because he's trying to find a sense of happiness, trying to find a sense of completeness, trying to find a sense of everything sort of coming together in a way. So he's got a lot of worry and he's got a lot of stress at the time, but he's trying to work through because he really wants things to sort of work in a much more positive way. So he's just dealing with a lot at the moment, and he's just hoping to be able to move forward in a much more positive way. So that's what you need. He's just dealing with a lot of stuff. He is dealing with some stuff, and but he is hoping for something better. That's a good question, Queen Bee. Okay, so it's all about, I feel like he's dealing with a lot. He's dealing with a lot, and he's just trying to work through it, trying to process it, trying to move through into much happier times. Okay, so he's hoping for happier times, but he's just dealing with a lot at the moment. He's just trying to process and move through it. Okay, you're in separation. That's better. What lies ahead? What lies ahead? So let's do the tools of wisdom. What lies ahead in your connection with the Virgo? Even though you're currently in no contact and there are just friends. So you're friends. So what lies ahead for this friendship? Okay, some news will arrive. I do feel like there's going to be an announcement. I do feel like something's going to come out into the into the open. I do feel like something's going to be revealed in regards to that. It just talks about a wish fulfilled. It does feel like everything's sort of going to come together. There's going to be a gain. So I do feel like there's going to be an announcement of some sort in regards to your connection with the Virgo. I do feel like something's going to come together. So I do feel like there's definitely feels like everything's sort of going to work out and for the best of whatever situation is. So there's going to be an announcement of some sort, and it does talk about a gain. It does talk about an achievement, as though something's going to happen in a much more positive way. So what lies ahead with your connection? I just feel like something's going to happen. There is going to be some sort of connection on some level. It feels like a news, an announcement, and a gain, positive gain to the situation. Yeah, news from him. News from him. Hi, Sharper Clairvoyant. How are you? Yeah, news from him. It does feel like there's going to be news from him in some way. So let's have a look. What have we got here? So I'm just having a little bit of a look-see here. Oh, that's good that you're well rested. Sharper Clairvoyant, that's cool. Okay, so I'm just going through. Okay. Okay, what have you got? Elijah's thoughts and feelings towards you. He's not really the best. You thought it was over? Okay. It won't be quick. It's not going to happen quickly, but thoughts of Elijah, feelings towards you. Beauty, abundance, connection. It's an interesting one. Does feel like there's a sort of thoughts of commitment of some sort. Definitely feels that you're beautiful, that there's a beauty, there's an abundance and prosperity, sort of everything sort of coming into fruition here. So there's definitely something positive feelings towards you. Feels like they want a connection on some sort, want a commitment in some way. So yeah, it looks positive. Okay, so let me have a look. Will there be a reunion? What's with the reunion? What's happening with Cupid? Okay, let's have a look. Okay, it feels like he's in control, he's the leader. I think he rules alone. So I don't feel like there's a reunion as such. It's more about you, your passion. Reunion with Guprit. Doesn't feel like there's a reunion here. It feels like there's a sense of being in control, being a leader, sort of ruling alone. I'm getting a sort of alone energy here, and a very independent energy. So no, I don't feel like there's going to be a reunion at this stage. Things could change, but at the moment with the energy that's going on, it's feeling very independent, very alone, sort of solitude type of energy. So you want to know whether you're going to get married or not. You want to know what lies ahead for you in regards to relationships. Is there a possibility of something? Okay, so will you get married? You're born in 1980. So you want to know whether you're going to have somebody in your life. Is there going to be a commitment? What lies ahead for you in regards to love? And basically, yeah, there is victory. There's success. It could be short-lived, but it's definitely there. It's all about getting off the wheel. It's all about what actions do you actually take? There is good fortune here, good success. Yes, you'll get married at some stage. It all depends on what actions you choose to take. There are going to be some battles. There's going to be some challenges. It's all about what actions you decide to do. Where do you go? How do you meet people? Yeah, you'll get married one day if you choose to, if you decide to. It's all about depending on the choices and things that you make with the people that you meet. So yeah, it's a possibility to get married. Yeah. I think that's about me. Just got to keep an eye on the time because I've done an hour. I've done half an hour beforehand and just about, not quite, but nearly. So I don't know if there's any questions coming through, any donations. So there, let me just do the pile. Hi P, just doing a quick pick a pile. I'm going to use Lisa Williams Intuitive Soul Oracle. Oops. So picking a pile 1, 2, or 3. Any amount. For as little as $1. So the first pile is all about feeling safe, all about being at home, trusting your guides that are coming through, trusting the messages that are coming through. And it's all about, sometimes there are times when secrets must stay. It's important to keep those secrets. That's really important here. Pile number 2 is about being creative, to allow the healing to come through and to allow the transformation and the changes to happen. Number 3 is all about the journey, which is really important. It's about finding a sense of balance within oneself as you open up to the universe. It's a very spiritual journey here in regards to this. It's not a physical travel. It's a spiritual journey. So that's the 3 there. Can donate as little as $1. Just use the link down below, or the pinned link, and you get a few more cards than just the 2. So let me just start putting some of these cards away. Okay, so let me just remove this banner. Okay, ending soon. But yeah, I'll do any donations or anything that come through. Let me just fix this up. So yeah, depends on the questions that come through. P, thanks P, appreciate that very much so. $3, thank you, that's awesome. So just what's your question, P? Yep, thank you very much for your donation, muchly appreciated. What do we do? Let's do, so let's have a look. What question? Okay, so you want to know what he's thinking about you. What's going on with the relationship? So you want to go a little bit deeper than just how he's feeling. So you want to go a little bit more about let's use oh, there it is, crystal. Okay, what's Johnny's thinking about you? What's going on with the relationship? What's happening here? Okay, so let's have a look. What's going on with this relationship here? Oh, there's definitely some movement going on here. Definitely feels like there's a new cycle. Something new is beginning. It sort of feels like there's the end of something else. You felt yourself being in limbo. So it's about looking at things from a new perspective, looking at things from a bit different. What are you sacrificing of yourself as well? There's a sense of boredom, dissatisfied. So he's thinking about new beginnings. I feel like he's thinking about the old as well as the new, like he's moving into a new cycle. And so now he's looking at options and things that are available to him. There's a dissatisfaction in his life. This definitely feels like there's a dissatisfaction with the way things are or the way things have been. So looking at what he can bring into his life right now, bringing what he can bring into his life. But I do feel like there's also a lot of asking you questions. Asking you about what are you sacrificing in this relationship, in this moment? What are you sort of feeling like you're hanging around for? What do you truly want out of this picture? Out of what's going on? I think there's a lot of self-exploration needed as well for yourself on whether, I feel like there's a lot of hanging around. I feel like you're waiting. Maybe it's time to sort of cut yourself free from what's going on here, P. I feel like you're waiting. So let's have a look at the crystal card here. Crystal grid. What have we got? It's interesting because I get a sense of you trying to find a sense of inner peace within yourself. Okay, it's about trying to find a sense of inner peace within the situation with what's actually happening. And so that's why I keep getting, I feel like you're hanging, you're waiting. with what's going on. There is a boredom, a dissatisfaction with what's going on here. And so you've got to decide what you want to bring into your life. But I feel that's what they're doing as well. I think this mirrors both of you in many ways. When you're looking at the relationship, the foundation of the relationship, and what's actually going on. So it's about trying to find a sense of inner peace within yourself and within the relationship or within the connection. Okay, so P, I think there's a lot about you really taking a moment to sort of take a breath for a second. Have a look at what you've where you are in the cycle of what's going on. What's actually happening? Yeah, mirroring each other. I feel like there's a connection between the two of you. I'm getting a lot of the sense of in the way that you're dealing with situation, that you're moving through into this. I feel like you're both looking at the past or looking at what you've achieved or where you are in the cycle right now, and the sense of hanging around. I feel like you're both waiting or both hanging around for something. I feel like you're waiting for something. I feel like there's a dissatisfaction with what's actually going on here. There's a dissatisfaction with what's actually going on, needing to find a sense of inner peace within oneself, to find a sense of happiness. I feel like there's a boredom, a dissatisfaction. It's what do you truly want to bring into this life? What do you want to bring in? You're in no contact. That's why there's it both feeling like you're thinking about the same sort of stuff. So you've got to really decide what you truly want to bring in. And it's whether I don't know whether he's going to take action. He might be thinking about it, but it's not necessarily that he's going to take action about it. It doesn't feel like there's any action taken. It feels like there's a lot of thought going on. It feels like there's a lot of thinking. Okay, there's a lot of thinking, but no action. There's no action being taken. It's all very stagnant, very stagnant, and very stuck energy. There's no action being taken. There's no one moving forward. So it's whether you can accept the inner peace within oneself. It's about finding that inner peace. So it's very stuck energy. No one's taking any action. You're both thinking about it, but nobody's actually taking any action. So it's very so it's whether you're going to take the action or not. Yeah. You just feel very stuck. There's a very stagnant energy, P. Okay. So I do feel like there's a real need to really allow yourself the to find that inner peace within oneself. You've got to either accept where you are right now, or you're going to have okay, so you're either going to have to find out what's actually going on by reaching out and then getting some closure in some way. No, I don't see any action whatsoever. There's no action whatsoever. I don't feel like he was going to take any action whatsoever. It feels very sort of stagnant. So you've got to decide for yourself whether you can accept that with peace, that he's not going to take any action and just keep going the way things are going. Or are you going to reach out to find out what's actually going on? Like, is he going to be a man and talk to you? Yeah. So you've got to decide whether you can accept that and have peace with it and move on, or are you going to reach out and see where you're at, and whether he's going to be a man and talk to you? So yeah. So you've got to decide what you're going to do for yourself, whether you can take action or not. Okay. Okay, P, that sounds good. Okay, P. Waiting for the donation to sort of come through. Just waiting for that to come through. Right. That. Okay. So in this case, so you want a more general reading. Oh, sorry, donated. So you want a more general reading, P. So let's get you. Let's have a look. Let's get something. Let's do this. Okay, so you're looking at what lies ahead for you for 2022. So what's positive energy coming towards you? What's happening? Good question. Okay, so let's have a look. Oh, okay. It's interesting. The World card again feels like you can be shifting into a new cycle. New possibilities are happening here. Feels like you're moving into a new cycle. Okay. It's all about taking care of your own well-being. I feel like you can sort of take care of your well-being, taking care of yourself, being gentle with yourself, which is really important here. Recognizing your own talents, your own skills and abilities, and working in a team of some sort, not working alone. It feels like you're going to be connecting with others here. So it's all about nurturing your truth, nurturing your ideas and your plans and where you want to go. So looking at the facts of what's actually happening, where you're going to move forward to. So I do feel like there's a lot of you you're moving ahead and you're not alone. I do feel like you'll be working in a team or working with others in some way as you become more connected to yourself, your own well-being, being able to sort of have that sense of nurturing the truth. All about being able to acknowledge the truth and what's happening here, acknowledging the truth. And it's interesting because we have the sense of choices to be made. I do feel like there's a lot of choices here. There's options available to you and your ideas and your plans. Okay, so it's all about being able to move forward quickly in your own direction, deciding on what direction you want to move into. It's all about that sense of your creative energy, your sense of passion with the choices and things you're doing here. I'm just doing extra cards because you paid for 2 donations here, so you get a little bit of extra out of it. And you also go in the draw for a free 30-minute Reiki session too as well. So it's all about your goals and your dreams, being able to reach those as well, to think about where you want to be and what you want to achieve. So let's just grab, I just want to read something from the book here, the message here. Gives you quite a bit. So this card is number 10, the West Shield. So let's have a look. Okay, West Shield, power of woman to seek answers, place of bear's cave in the fading light of grandfather's sun. The horizon of tomorrow brings the strength to meet the goals, to meet my goals. Right, so the application is, if the West Shield has appeared today, Bear is asking you to look at your present goals and discern how they affect your future. Are the answers you seek from your own inner knowing? It might be time to enter the silence and digest your question so that your personal answers can emerge. Bear also reminds us that the West Shield is the place of all tomorrows. If you're afraid of the unknown, it may be time to clear away the fear. Strength to accomplish this clearing is Bear's greatest medicine. Call on Bear and feel the courage to meet the future. Fill your spirit. In all cases, the West Shield speaks of the ability to complete our goals, the acknowledgement of our inner strengths, and the power to find and know our own answers. Remember that the opinions of others become mixed with our own doubts and become limitations when we forget to enter the silence. So it reminds us to think about our goals and being able to have that sense of, being able to be silent and just listen and trust in yourself as well, which is super important. So hopefully that gives you a little bit more information, some things to sort of think about and to look at the bigger picture here. So hopefully that gives you something to sort of think about with the West Shield, with your goals and things. So don't forget with Ko-Fi too, with your Ko-Fi, with donating on Ko-Fi, you'll also get some exclusive content, previews with video. You get all sorts of little bits and pieces as well. So don't forget to check out the resources available to you with you donating through Ko-Fi. And you'll also go in the drawer, 2 drawers actually, for a free 30-minute Reiki session as well. So you've gone in the drawer for that as well. Okay, Aldona. Let's have a look. General with the Waterfall Tarot. And then that's it. Unless any more donations come through. I'm just going to do the last little bit. Got choices to be made in relationships. You do have some choices yet to be made. It's a sense of new beginnings. So could be some new beginnings in regards to a relationship, and it's all about the choices that you make. So it's about being aware, being cautious. Don't be in a hurry. Just take a moment to sort of smell the roses, so to speak. Be cautious, yeah. Be wary of the choices that you make within the relationships. So that's it. So yeah. Okay. So that's it from me for today. Thank you very much P for your donation. You're welcome, Aldona. Okay, so I don't know who's here or who's still here, but that's me. I'm going to go and have something to eat and have a coffee before the not sure if Tarot Oracle will be on today or not. So I think it just depends. Oh, I should have put it into, I don't know. So I don't know who else is here or what's going on. But I think that's it.